This is Feminine Features. The main purpose of the show is to discuss chick flicks.
Hell yeah,
this week we saw I'm Anne Sully Sullivan.
I'm Jenna Morrissey.
I'm Windsor Jewell. What did we see this weekend, Sully Sullivan?
We saw Eat, Drink, Man, Woman. In
Hell
order for
yeah.
you to enjoy and understand this podcast, we recommend that you watch before listening. But if you haven't, here's Jenna with some background and a brief synopsis.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi, Jenna.
You don't have that just ingrained?
I thought I did, and then I was like, I guess I have to look at my notes.
Read the cue card.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's all right. It happens to all of us. Yes. So this week we watched Eat, Drink, Man, Woman. This is a 1994. I have, because when it was distributed in the U.S., it was a Sam Goldwyn film, which is now MGM. And it was directed by Ang Lee.
Woo.
And it was written by Ang Lee, James Seamus. That's Seamus?
It is, yes.
Oh, wow.
I saw him introduce The Searchers last year with Ethan.
Oh, wow. Okay. And Huai Ling Wang. So this movie stars Long Si Hung as Zhu. He's like the father of the three daughters. Then we have Yang Kui Mei as Zhu Jia Zhen. She's the oldest daughter. Then we have Wu Qianlian as Zhu Jia Qian, the second daughter. And then Wang Yuwen as Jia Ning, who's the youngest daughter. Then there is Sylvia Chang as Liang Jin Rong. She's the neighbor. And Gua Ale as Madame Liang, who's the neighbor's mother, who ends up moving in. Then Tang Yuqian as Shan Shan, the daughter of the neighbor.
Absolutely adorable little kid.
God, so cute.
Top-notch little kid acting.
So true. And Wang Ju as Old Wen, who's just kind of a family friend. All the daughters call him Uncle Wen.
Mm-hmm.
So, the summary. Every Sunday, the Zhu family gathers for family dinner. And the father is a master chef who has lost his sense of taste.
Ooh.
Which
What a metaphor.
What a metaphor. And I got that it was a metaphor by the end of the movie. But when he first said that, I was like, wow, that's a medical condition I've never really heard of besides like COVID.
I mean, yeah.
I really liked, and throughout the movie, there's a lot of like old Chinese, I guess you would call them a superstition, but like just kind of relationships between food and the body. You know, it's a very food movie. They're eating all the time. It's like a core part of the metaphor and what's going on here. Like he literally loses his taste. So there's a few things where they're like, oh, you do that and you'll get sick for whatever reason. And like really this loss of life and luster leading to his loss of taste is very much in that vein of like, there is a relationship between your body and food that's been understood for many centuries. It may not be scientific. You can't get a pill for it, but there is like this truer kind of relationship with the world.
Yes.
That they cover a few times and they're very much like, and that's what's going on here.
Yes.
Which I really like.
In high school, we called it indigenous knowledge, which is true whether or not it's scientific.
Right, right. Sure. Yes.
Yeah.
And I really like how they work it into the narrative of the film. And you get to hear a lot of rants about marriage from this old woman.
You sure do.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, all of his daughters, he cooks like these amazing meals. Elaborate, like so much food too for 4 people. And like in the first scene, one of the daughters is like, yeah, you oversmoked the ham or something like.
Incredible. Yeah.
And they're like, well, you can't tell. You can't taste it anymore.
Yeah.
And it's like, after this, one of my favorite openings to any movie ever, and like what people remember the most about this movie that I've ever talked to, is that opening montage of him cooking the meal for them.
Yeah.
He's like blowing up this goose and then boiling it and like, you know, re-cooking pork, re-marinating pork for like what's clearly must take hours. And they only show you with the food products already like pretty cooked, and then he's doing stuff. So like it's clear it's been an all-day process. He has the animals. It's like beginning to end, all with like complete love and mastery. And they have like a master chef chopping. Like I could watch them chop vegetables for like 6 hours.
Yeah.
It's so gorgeous. And then everybody sits down for the meal. Introduce the daughters. They're all very disparate, very different than this like traditional cooking method. One of them works at Wendy's. And then they sit down for the meal, and the eldest daughter is like, you blew it.
Yep.
And it's so good. You're like, oh my God, they hate their fucking dad, which is not the case. And you learn why the tension is there at the table
Yeah.
at the beginning, later throughout the film. But it's really great in this moment of just like, you're just like, oh, fuck, you can't catch a break. You spent so long on this.
And then I think it's the oldest daughter says it's overcooked. The second daughter, Chien, announces at that same dinner that she has put all of her savings into a new apartment that's currently being built and she's going to move out.
Yep.
And her dad approves.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't seem that upset by it or anything. But then he has to leave because he's called into work for an emergency. And that's where he talks to Old Wen about whether there's more to life than eat, drink, man, woman.
Ooh, they said the title. They said the
name.
title.
The base desires. I love them. The old guys getting drunk together,
Yeah.
and they're both like, we are about to die. We got to retire. They're like, they're not just like 60 some odd. They are like deep in their 70s,
Yeah.
still working at this fucking job.
Meanwhile, the neighbor, Jin Rong, stops by the house with her daughter and discusses her pending divorce with Jia Jen. She's being like followed by investigators or something because of the divorce.
Yeah, husband's trying to get
Like dirt
custody
on her.
of Shinshin.
Yeah. So rough stuff. And they also know the neighbor because her sister went to school with Jia Jen. So that's why they're like kind of family friends. So then Shan, the daughter, sees Zhu on her way to school and they hatch a plan for him to make her lunch every day. And it's my
Yeah.
favorite part of the movie.
Me too.
So the mom is like not that good at cooking, I guess.
Yeah.
And he can't taste anything. So he like makes her an elaborate lunch and she gives him her lunch and he eats that.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
I love the presentation in the movie of that lunch
Yes.
with like the few dried green beans. Because like it's not that bad looking.
No.
But you've seen only the most beautiful dishes ever served up to this point in the movie. And you're like that. It's just so funny.
Yeah, it's so good. And eventually, I don't really bring that up again, but eventually her whole class is getting lunch from him and she's like making him a daily menu. I love it. I thought that was so funny. So then Chien meets a new coworker and flirts with him. She works at an airline company and she learns that she is getting a promotion that will move her to Amsterdam. Then Jia Jen starts getting love letters from someone at her job. She works at a school as like a chem teacher. And the youngest one, Jia Ning, flirts with her friend's on and off again boyfriend. So while tasting things at work, Chu's friend Old Wen collapses and is taken to the hospital. He eventually comes back, but he falls ill again and he dies at the restaurant.
Yikes.
Yeah, he like sits down and then just like is dead.
Yeah.
Like
well,
immediate.
they're like, hey, you're back. And then he's like, yep.
Yeah, no, literally.
I love this fucking movie so much. He sits down. They are clapping.
Yes.
You're back. You're back. A guy is like, oh, maybe you should think about retiring eventually. You know.
Yeah.
He sits down, dead
Dead.
the second he hits the chair. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's so unbelievable. It's so perfect in a movie, and yet so odd of a moment. It's believable.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
fully believe it.
Right, exactly.
Well,
Because
it's
you're
like, it's like this is the kind of guy who like he's not gonna retire. He's gonna die on the job.
Yeah.
And so yeah, of course he dies on the job.
and it like it's like almost this comfortable moment for him.
Mhm.
He's returned to a place of stasis. Like there is something about like old people just kind of like going, and that feels so real, and yet it is so perfect for the movie.
Yeah. So then Chien learns that her apartment is a scam and she's lost all her money. Like the whole construction company abandoned it and ran off.
Built on a toxic waste dump.
Yikes. And she now thinks that her father is sick after seeing him get a checkup at the hospital, so she doesn't take the promotion. She also pieces together that her new flirty coworker is the guy who broke her older sister's heart, and then she confronts him about it, but he doesn't know what she's talking about. So it like turns out the sister was lying about having this boyfriend in college that broke her heart or whatever. So that confused me a little bit.
Well, throughout the movie, they're like, oh my God, it's been 7 years. Like, you got to get over it.
yeah.
And she's like, you can't tell me what to feel.
Mm-hmm.
It's like very much this asexual plot where she's had
Yeah.
to create this cover
Yeah.
story so that people stop asking her questions. And I'm like, that's genius. I should have done that.
Yeah.
She's also she's very Christian, the oldest
Mhm.
one. None of the rest of them
Very
seem like that.
convenient if you're gonna be asexual. Just saying.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I can't. Jesus says I can't.
Yeah.
And I'm
No.
still not over this guy. Just tough situation for me, huh?
So then the youngest sister gets pregnant and moves out. And in that scene where she announces that she's pregnant, she's dressed like a minion. She's wearing a yellow shirt, blue
And
overalls.
Not
Sorry.
by accident.
Once you see it, you start seeing the minions everywhere. People are always wearing yellow shirts and blue overalls.
Nothing more immature of a human being, even prior to the Despicable Me movies, than being dressed like a minion.
It's
yeah,
true.
Right. Overalls were traditionally work wear. I don't know what to tell you too.
Well,
I'm
if you're
sorry.
a teenager in 1994, they're not. They're also
I didn't say that. I said traditionally.
traditionally, they're also very easy to put a kid in.
Okay.
I feel like it's good maternity wear too.
Okay.
I think they're
You know?
specifically trying to make
I mean,
her
she's
look
not
young.
that pregnant, but
They're trying to make her look young in this scene in
Yeah.
order to be
Yes.
like, oh wow, she's pregnant. Whoa, what the fuck?
yeah.
I think
totally.
overalls are on purpose.
She's 20. She's in college.
Yeah, exactly. But they're trying, I think, to make her look young, so it feels like a shock.
Yes.
Mhm.
And it was. Then Jia Jen confronts her students about the notes being left on her desk, and it turned out to be a prank. But she ends up with the teacher she was flirting with anyway. She was like kind of flirting with the gym teacher.
Yeah.
And they get married that day so that they could have sex also that day.
Yep.
Because she is Christian.
Yeah.
And yeah, none of the rest of them are. So then she moves out too. So now there's 2 less kids in the house, and Jin Rong's mother starts coming over like every night to hang out with Ju, and the daughters think they might be romantically involved because of this. But
Mhm.
then we cut to another Sunday dinner, and Ju gets really drunk and stands to make an announcement, and it's that him and Jin Rong are in love. Like the neighbor, not the neighbor's mother.
Yeah.
And her mother absolutely loses it, like collapses
Yeah.
to the ground screaming.
Yeah.
And the daughters are confused, but they like seem to go with it. And then at the end of the movie, we see that Jin Rong is pregnant. And then we see Chien cooking dinner, and Chu discovers that his taste has returned because it was what cooked with love.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, and that's the movie.
Incredible. Okay, so I think the theme is about communication, obviously.
Yes.
I think it is about how communication is important, unavoidable, and can be an expression of love. So we start out the movie, there's a lot of tension between the dad and his daughters, particularly with Chen. She says he can't even stand me anymore. We fight all the time.
Yeah.
And it's like, ooh, yeah, tough. And you know, he really wants his daughters out of the house. He says, once they leave, I'll have a quiet life. I don't understand any of them, and I don't want to let them grow up and leave.
Well, he's got 3 daughters over the age of 20 still living in his house.
Yeah, yeah. And they're like, you know,
He's like, get out. I want to move in with the neighbor. He's like, I am trying to get laid and you guys won't leave.
yeah, literally, literally. Yeah, and then at the end, he says, when he's really drunk, he says, all under one roof, leading separate lives. Still, we worry for each other. This worry, that's what makes us family. I keep my secrets so nobody worries. Which you're like, okay, I get it. I get why you weren't communicating. But like throughout this movie, your daughters are so worried about you because you do not communicate.
Yes.
Like they're seeing old, what is his name? Old
Lao Wen.
Yeah, Lao Wen. They're seeing Lao Wen in the hospital, and they're like, could our dad be here next? And like he's going to the doctor. Turns out clean bill of health, but they don't know because
don't
he's not
know.
telling them anything.
Yeah.
And
then he like retires without telling them to.
Yeah. So for that, I think there is like something about proximity does not equal closeness.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have this Sunday dinner every week, but that doesn't actually mean that they're communicating or that they're as close as that they'd like to be.
There's also they have another neighbor who like two neighbors who sing karaoke all the time.
Oh my god, that's
and
so
at one
funny.
point one of the sisters is complaining, and I forget like who said it. Another one of them was like, well, they communicate through singing, we communicate through food.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. And it feels like there's a repression amongst everybody. There's this repression of the desires of sex, you know, as exemplified through Jiang in the Christianity, you know, one that she put on herself after kind of ending up in this mother role with her two sisters.
Yeah.
And there's this repression of Xian and like this almost understanding that someone will be left with their dad.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it's like, is it going to be me? Is it going to be you?
Right.
And Chen's like, it cannot be me. We do not get along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then once Jiang finds a guy, this cute volleyball guy, Xian is like, okay, now she enters into this traditional role of repression and womanhood that is to be expected of her, that is constantly being shouted by their fucking neighbor. And you see all of them disagree with it.
Yeah.
But nobody is arguing with Mrs. Liang.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like she just kind of gets to espouse these traditional values and roles constantly out to everybody while none of them really care about it. And like Jiang, who's like, I don't need a man, and like is creating this cover story for needing a man because she doesn't want to fit into this matrimonial role and doesn't want to build her life around finding a guy, just wants to fuck.
Yes.
And it's like ruining her life. That the things that she's missing is fucking. She doesn't need to marry this guy for a guy or status or whatever the fuck in order to fulfill what her dad is looking for. She just gotta fuck.
Yeah.
And then she finds a dipshit who likes her a lot.
Yeah. Well, she's like, she's got to fuck and she's got to leave the house. Hey, one and the same.
You gotta leave the house, right? And it's like also their understanding of what their father's going through because of the lack of communication is his own repression. He is keeping the secret that he too is repressed, which I think is so relatable, especially for like adults dealing with their parents.
Yeah.
Of just like, there is still a sexuality there that you just never think about for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
And this movie is really good at like letting that all boil up.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, like I said, I think communication is unavoidable.
Yeah.
Like there is this repression. You talked about the line, eat, drink, man, woman, food, and sex, basic human desires, can't avoid them. Which, that's like very much the theme.
That's where I'm stealing
theme.
from. Yeah, they definitely list it out as a theme. And I like how much it covers cooking as this base act. And Xian sees her being kicked out of the kitchen. Did we mention that she like wants to be a cook? And
I did not mention that.
She wants to be a cook, and at one point her dad is like, you can't. You have to do something serious with her life. And now she's like wildly successful in business, but always just wanted to cook.
Yeah.
And so like
at one point she goes to her hookup's house and cooks him like a million things, and he's like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, and she's like, "I learned to make
liked
kitchen."
That hookup.
Oh, it's so good.
He was a nice guy.
Raymond, her dick appointment.
Her dick appointment,
I love the scene where he's like mentions that he's getting married, and her sadness is just like not about him. It's like what I was talking to you about. It like it just seems like she's so sad that her only friend is her dick appointment.
Yeah, I mean, I think she's just sad about losing the dick appointment too.
Yeah, losing the dick appointment, but mostly like this is the person I have open communication with. Is a guy I don't even respect.
Yeah, true.
And who doesn't even respect me.
I mean, sure, I guess.
It's a complicated movie. I think both things are true.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he doesn't. I think they respect each other. I think there's maybe like a way that they see each other.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't want to make the scene where she shows up to his place and his like future wife is there. It's not like she's like, oh no, and I liked Raymond so much.
Right. No, that's definitely not
She's like, oh God, I needed to talk to somebody, and the only person I'm talking to is this fucking guy.
Yeah.
Who I don't even want to be with.
Yeah. That I agree with. Yes.
You know. And communication.
Yes.
Repression.
Totally.
You know, even this liberated woman who's successful at her job.
Yeah. But yeah, at one point, Lao Wen says, just look at all that feeling and emotion he keeps bottled up inside him. Someday he'll have to express himself to you. And it's like, yeah, like, you really cannot just, like, communication is unavoidable. Like, at what point, you know, is Zhao Jen gonna tell them about the baby? You know, you can't just be like, oh, that thing? Yeah, I don't know whose it is.
Yeah.
It's mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, Zhao Jen definitely has, like, I think a lot more respect for communication. Like when she's talking to her friend's boyfriend, she says,
Isn't Zhao Jen the oldest?
oh, I'm talking about Ning.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. She says, you don't even know each other, don't even talk together. When's the last time you had a real conversation about feelings, about life?
Mm-hmm.
And she says, true love is about being with someone who lets you express your feelings. Which is, like, really sweet. And I like that she has this role in the, like, household of, like, actually, like, valuing communication. Where, you know, the other two are, like, repression and then just kind of, like, blowing up and, like, not having, like, helpful communication, just fighting. So I liked that. And Madam Ling says about the dad, he doesn't say much, but we really connect, which I just thought was really funny. Because she's like, we get each other. And it's like, he's not into you, honey.
What do you do when your mom likes your boyfriend?
Oh, my God.
He's being respectful to his mother-in-law.
Yeah, right. He literally
is what he is attempting to do.
Just lighting cigarette after cigarette for her.
He's showing her fealty and she thinks it's respect.
Yes. Yeah. So funny. But yeah, Jia Chen says we communicate by eating, which is what you brought up.
Mm-hmm.
And at one point, Zhu says, besides I lost my sense of taste, it's the feeling that counts. So there's definitely, like, you know, this metaphor is like food as a stand-in for communication. It's like that kind of thing. I thought it was you brought up how quick or how long it takes them to make the food versus how quick it is for them to eat it.
Mm-hmm.
And that was, for me, really felt like a metaphor between like all, like, everything that needs to be said, and then whenever they communicate, they have to do it through announcements. They're like, I'm pregnant.
Yeah, they go, I have an announcement.
Yeah. I got married this morning.
Yeah, I love that.
He's outside.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah. But it's like, yeah, this, like, slow build of, like, all these things that need to be said. Like, I'm seeing someone, there's someone who's been leaving, like, notes on my desk or blah, blah, blah. And then instead it's just like, hey, I'm married. And it really is, like,
It's so good.
Just like the quickness of eating a meal that has been taken hours to prepare.
The opening, to me, absolutely perfect. Some of the best filmmaking ever, because it ends because of the dichotomy of the daughters. You know, you have business daughter, Wendy's daughter, Christian daughter. You're like, yeah, that's how people are alienated from their dad. That's all of them. You know, that I can see why all three of these people are alienated from their dad. I don't know a thing about them.
Yeah.
You know, and then they all come to dinner with an announcement to give. The only one we know is Xian's, because she's getting the promotion. Or no, she's moving out at that point. And then the dad, like, leads into his preamble at one point. But the only two announcements we do hear, and the ones that are the first people to go, are the unimportant ones.
Yeah.
Are Ning and Jiang. You know, they have more frivolous stuff, and they're the ones that actually share.
Yeah.
And instead of these two people that have, like, major life announcements. She was about to tell them that he's going to marry the neighbor.
Yeah.
And he doesn't until the end of the movie.
Yeah.
And Shan's got the actual bomb to drop.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's incredible. But yeah, I mean, like, there's not, like, a whole lot of conclusion, I would say. Like, they don't really, like, necessarily, like, get a lot better, although I think they, like, all take the steps that they need to, like, be happier.
And I don't know, just at the end, like seeing them all talk on the phone, like Qian does end up going to Amsterdam and she talks on the phone with Ning's boyfriend, husband, whatever. And they're like, oh my God, like, hope you're doing so good and stuff. And it's like, oh, okay. So at least, you know, they're far apart, but they're still keeping in touch despite they aren't all in that house anymore.
Yeah. And now that like they can't fall back on food to be the way that they communicate, it's like, okay, I guess we have to actually like talk to each other.
Yeah.
Yes, Windsor.
I do kind of got beef that none of them come to Sunday dinner.
Yeah, that's fair.
She's back from Amsterdam cooking it for everybody.
Shan loves Sunday dinner.
Shan, yeah, everybody's got kids, I guess.
Yeah.
She's pregnant, so they get away with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, I think there's that talk that Jen and Qian have. Ever since mother died, you've acted more like a parent than a sister, and it's like, oh wow, actually expressing feelings, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So like they get somewhere. There's progress.
They do it all as once as accusations covering the entirety of their lives.
Yes.
And I'm like, yeah, right, like siblings.
Yeah. Literally.
Yes.
But and then, you know, when Zhu tastes the soup at the end and he can, like, I think that's like a metaphor for him opening up, you know?
Yeah.
And like him, well, I mean, like allowing her to cook is like a huge thing.
It's so beautiful. Him looking at her. So there's two shots that parallel, right? So once the announcement comes out that he's dating the neighbor, right? And the daughters are all like, you're making a mistake. You're old. You're senile. What the fuck are you doing right now?
Yeah.
And they're not like on his side at all during that scene, which I think is brilliant because it's juxtaposed with their comfortability in the next scene once we finish the movie. And it's just Qian in the kitchen, you know, that she has been kicked out of. And now she's the only one in there as everybody else has like moved on.
Yeah.
And Shu just like seeing her and recognizing that he is now moving on and leaving her in this house. And then to finish the movie, I think the last shot, or maybe it's just paralleled when he comes back into the house and it's completely empty except for her in the kitchen. And it's like, that's all she ever wanted. And it's really good at doing that very quickly, very visually, and building this kind of acceptance of like who she is and who she actually wanted to be.
Yeah.
You know, even in this moment of crisis, Shu still loves her and is willing to make that observation. And they do it entirely through the camera because Ang Lee's a fucking genius.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He is indeed. That's everything I got.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. What this movie meant to me, I was watching this and I went, thank God I have Chinese leftovers in the fridge. Bless. I went to Joe's Shanghai with my sister and I got fried rice cakes. Oh, thank God. Just like I told you before we watched, I said, make sure you have Chinese food ready to go.
Yeah, you said that to me too, and I said, who do you think you're talking to?
I'm not getting any Chinese food within 50 blocks of here. I'm going down to Chinatown to get shit that looks like this.
Yeah.
Like it's all soups and dumplings and like, you know, mess of fish, you know? They're like putting shit into flower shaped meat baskets. You're like, what the fuck?
I like with the ducks hanging in the window.
Yeah.
I like, well,
cooking whole birds, blowing them up.
How do you do that industrially? Do you just blow them up with your mouth? I hope so.
I don't think they do it industrially.
You have to.
Well,
not industrially.
I can imagine
like putting you're not family.
I'm pretty sure Jackass at one point put a goose on a air cannon and shot that sucker. I feel like it'd be pretty easy.
Talking about Jackass right now?
I'm fully making that up. I've never seen Jackass for 1 second in my life. It was Mythbusters, but I didn't want to say that.
Okay. But yeah, no, I was down in Chinatown getting food with my sister, but she was late, so I was like, I'm gonna walk under the bridge. People selling crabs down there. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
I love New York, man. It's so great here. It's so great.
He's got frogs in his kitchen. They're doing some shit.
In his kitchen.
They're doing some shit they wouldn't touch at a Panda Express. You know, it is an entirely different type of cuisine, and it is one that I would dive head first into. This shit looks incredible.
It does.
Well,
look
they're
good.
also specifically like in Taiwan in this movie too.
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah, he's a master of traditional Chinese cooking in Taiwan.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Like they make a point that food is changing outside of what he typically does.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. Yes. Totally. I took 1 year of Chinese in middle school.
Middle school.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I remember very little, but I was prepared to hear what I heard. And I was never, it never made sense to me until, because Chinese is tonal language.
Yeah.
And girl, I do not know how to do that. I was not good at it in middle school.
Mm-hmm.
Partially because I didn't take choir until high school. And that's when you learn.
Didn't know where to put your soft palate.
Exactly. And that's where you learn how to move I didn't know how to move my voice up and down.
I'll tell you right where you can put your soft palate.
Gross. But my favorite scene from that standpoint was when she was writing on the chalkboard and she's going E-R son, and I said, that means 1, 2, 3, bitch. I don't need the subtitles for this part.
I was picking up that they were saying bye in English. That's all I got.
That's pretty good.
I know shishi is sorry.
Shesha ba.
Shesha.
Thank you, Dad.
Thank you, Dad. See, I can't even fucking remember what English word it is.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, fun. I was having a good time. And this whole thing about their dad putting the wrong clothes in their dressers was so sweet, I thought.
Yes.
And it reminds me of my grandmother, because whenever like my grandma would babysit us and she would like do laundry, she would put the wrong clothes in the wrong piles, and then me and my sisters would have to exchange it. But it's like just very sweet for like, your loved one to like look at your clothes and be like, I think this is hers.
Yeah. I liked the bit where he was like taking it out of the machine and all of their pantyhose and bras were tied in one big knot, and he was like, ugh.
Yeah.
He's like, get these women out of my house.
Literally. But yeah, I thought it was just like a very sweet display of like care for your family members, even if it's like, well, they're doing it wrong, Yeah. That's what I have.
Diehard Ang Lee fan here. Big fan of the prior film of his, The Wedding Banquet.
Yep. Me too, but gay men aren't women. That's why we're not doing it on the show.
Oh, okay.
You know this.
I disagree with you. I don't want to disagree.
Okay.
Publicly.
Can't disagree publicly.
Yeah. I don't think The Wedding Banquet is a chick flick.
Okay, so you agree with me.
Well, I think that it's not necessarily a hard and fast rule. You get a rom-com
Sure.
women love that stars gay men, you go for it. I think we could do Heated Rivalry if it was a movie.
It
depends on the audience
about it too.
that receives it. Are you going to share them? You made me share mine.
I don't know. I guess I don't have words in my head right now, so.
Anyway, unrelated, Wedding Banquet, good movie made by Ang Lee. About a gay guy played by Winston Chow, who's Lee Khan in this movie. And but all of his movies are so incredibly human, and these being some of the primary examples because they're contemporaneous, and about kind of the cultures that he was living in at the time. So they're very experienced and lived in. And you have all those like human moments, like the tangled up laundry and them interrupting each other at dinner. And it's like, they're not only these relatable like actor choices, they are critical to the plot.
Yes.
And also very human. It's important to know who's in what reaction shot. Like you want, like there's a mystery to what the hell is up with Jiang when she learns that Lee Khan used to be a chemist. You're supposed to be following. You're supposed to be understanding that this is how a conversation flows, or this is how a conversation doesn't flow. And to also highlight how followable that is, even when you don't speak Mandarin Chinese.
Yeah.
It's like such a beautifully visual, such an incredibly well acted movie. He does such a good job with actors. He ends up doing a lot of like period pieces after this that don't have the same. I mean, they're all incredible for the exact same reasons, but they don't have
Sense and Sensibility, right?
Sense and Sensibility, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, The Ice Storm, and then even his lesser known stuff, and so I think he's so, especially with like the domestic stuff, the cooking, the laundry. I think this is where he really excels. This is where I care about in movies. You know, I love talking about communication. I do it on here all the fucking time. I do it in my life all the fucking time. And this really covers all of that. It covers family tensions. One of the hardest things to cover. Unspoken, repressed family tensions.
Yeah.
You know, and this is the fucking shit I eat up. Because this is the drama of our lives. These are the things that happen to us and will continue to happen to us. And, you know, I love a movie about aging for that reason. This is why I love it when, you know, women in their 40s are in a movie. You know, because we're going to be in our 40s. And we know people in their 40s. And there's a lot more depth and history and memory and shared experience to cover there than there is with Death Stars exploding, you know?
Period. Preach, Windsor.
Yeah.
And so I eat this shit up.
Yeah.
And it's gorgeous and it's perfect. I don't know what to tell you folks.
Yeah.
You know, every single part of the screenplay is being used with purpose and intention. Has a beginning, middle, and end, even when it ends on an ambiguous plot point.
Mm-hmm.
You know, nothing is being dropped. Nothing is being wasted. You know, I call it the every part of the animal technique. You know, Kubrick is like this and shit. You know, we're just like, you pare down to the clean 2 hours. James Sam is just so good at this. And Ang Lee's movies that he worked on with him, which are the ones I listed, are all incredible for these reasons. You know, Brokeback Mountain, period piece. Very human, very real.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I was thinking a lot about like what the term human means. And I think it's in those domestic moments.
Mm-hmm.
Lao Wen dying.
Mm-hmm.
You know, incredible things happen to people every day.
Yeah.
And I think he is really good at capturing those incredible moments.
Mm-hmm.
And I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, before I watched this, Sully was like, be ready to order Chinese food. But here's the thing. Get your death threats ready, folks. I'm an adult picky eater. You can find me in the street and kill me whenever you feel like it.
No.
I know they're like persona non grata or whatever.
Death threats are out this year. Sorry.
Yeah. People hate me. It's fine. But yeah, I enjoyed the movie otherwise. Just, you know, a lot of food stuff in movies is totally lost on me. Also, like, you know, The Bear.
Mm-hmm.
But I watched that with Ben and he's like, so does this just like not do anything for you? And I'm like, no. Not at all. It actually looks pretty freaking gross. But besides that, I absolutely loved the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I was like sitting here gasping at the screen at every twist and turn, every reveal. I was like, oh my God. And then Windsor came home and we watched it again.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
We watched it like almost concurrently. I texted you guys about something happening in the movie and Windsor was like, I just watched that 10 minutes ago. Like that exact scene.
Yeah.
And that scene was, to be specific, they play this song twice in the movie. And it is literally straight up the Sex and the City theme song.
Yeah.
Minus one note. It's like they're missing like the highest note in the Sex and the City song. And it's like almost the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they use the cue multiple times throughout the film.
Yes.
Yes.
So I have to accuse the composers of the Sex and the City theme song of stealing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
plagiarism.
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah.
This movie was released in the U.S. theatrically. Like, it's not nothing.
Yeah.
No, it sounds like exactly the same. And I got really stuck on that. I was like, what?
Yeah, no, I also have that in my notes. I'm like, Sex and the City?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, you're gonna accuse them of plagiarism. Fine. I think they're
I don't know, though. I'm just putting it out there because I don't think anybody ever has.
Well, I think it's just, inspiration.
I demand an explanation.
I also would
like there
an
just isn't
explanation,
one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I went in to see who the composer, not composer. The score is done by Mader, Mader, which is a French guy. I don't know. I don't remember who does the Sex and the City soundtrack, but not the same guy.
Not the same guy. And he looked it up. I thought maybe the Sex and the City theme song is like a song outside of that. And I just didn't know it until now. No, it's a song called the Sex and the City theme song. It does not have a name. So that was kind of wild.
Yeah, it was wild.
And yeah, I thought, It was a very fun movie. I thought the family dynamics were very real. All of the like sisterly moments, I was like, oh my God. And yeah, I guess that's what I have.
Great. All right, let's see what the critics thought. Variety, we have Leonard Clady says, Lee's touch is light and his approach anecdotal. Still, his leisurely laying out of the emotional geography is cause for some initial impatience. With so many characters to identify, and anxiety builds that the plot strands have no core. But he delivers.
He delivers, yeah. I will say I was struggling to engage at the beginning of the movie, but that also might just be my brain, you know. I like to do other things while watching a movie, and this one you gotta watch the subtitles because it's in another language.
Yes.
So that was more of a me problem, I felt, than the movie.
Yeah. He says, insight into humanity is what makes Eat, Drink, Man, Woman such a winning recipe. Yeah, we said as much, yeah. The technical sheen and visual assurance of his latest film is a quantum leap from earlier credits. He also elicits deeper, more textured performances from his actors. The overall result is a cinematic feast that will have audiences returning for Lee's next movie meal.
It's true. Pushing Hands and The Wedding Banquet definitely have edges that are so cleanly sanded in this movie. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is quite possibly one of his best movies. It was made for very limited money in Taiwan in 1994, and he has made $100 million movies around the world since, and this is just so clean, so effective, such engrossing filmmaking. So it's from such a point of view, of just like realism and yet this emotional thread. I think it's brilliant.
Yeah. We have Real Views. James Berardinelli says, Eat, Drink, Man, Woman is a more accomplished motion picture than its predecessor, and The Wedding Banquet was good enough in its own right.
Yeah.
The comedy is spontaneous and relaxed, the drama is finely tuned, and the plot is seasoned with unexpected little twists. The script delights in occasional forays just beyond the typical bounds of a screenplay.
Yeah.
Eat, Drink, Man, Woman could perhaps be frustrating to any who view it on an empty stomach. Correct.
Not me. I ate a cosmic brownie while watching this.
That would have killed Lao Shu, man.
These people have richness, texture, and depth that no stereotype could hope to match, and which a film like Wayne Wang's The Joy Luck Club was grasping for. All right, which brings us to our next part. Impact on the genre. Do we consider it a chick flick? I
wouldn't argue.
Yeah. To me it is the women in this movie. And how they're such central characters, and how this is really a story about a dad and his daughters.
Yeah.
It's not the same story done with men.
No.
Obviously I think this is an incredible movie meant for many, many people to enjoy. But I would consider it a chick flick.
I was thinking about it, and I think Zhu could be a run-of-the-mill chick flick dad.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Except for the whole like marrying the young neighbor at the end. That kind of threw it off a little for me. But generally, he's giving chick flick dad.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a chick flick.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair too.
Just because of how, it's very lived in, but not from the girl's perspective.
Yeah.
From the dad's perspective, in my opinion.
I would have to disagree though.
Okay.
Like, I
do think the dad is the central character.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's because they all have conflict with him,
I just think the revelations and the relatable parts are either evenly dispersed through the gender representation or lean even a touch masculine on their most human and touching moments, like the photography of the grandmother from the boyfriend and the tangled underwear and all that. Like even the end is not Xian understanding about her father, it's about the father understanding about Xian.
Yeah. I think they both understand each other better though.
Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, It's a close call, I would have to say.
I think
just-
so too.
yeah.
I think it could really go either way.
Yeah, absolutely. But to me, it just doesn't play within the. I don't think Ang Lee intended at all, or anybody writing it, for this to be a movie that was a hit amongst women.
Yeah, no,
I think they're
would
trying
agree.
to do more of like a 90s independent cinema earnestness, and they just happen to be
Mhm.
treating women with respect and understanding,
Yeah,
which is so atypical.
yeah,
Yes. Yes.
It didn't ring chick flick to me, but I was on the fence. Absolutely.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, like one thing also that we kind of see as a marker for chick flicks is like how food is represented in.
Yeah.
But like this season, I've chosen to do foreign chick flicks, and so you're seeing these differences of like how do we understand like womanhood, and like what is like traditionally for women in like different cultures, and
Right.
like also through cinema, and so like in this they're even like food is not a woman's thing. Like if you're gonna be
Yeah.
a master chef, you're gonna be a man.
Yeah.
So I think it's like interesting as a US audience to like watch this movie and, at least in my perspective, interpret it as a chick flick, like
Mhm.
because of this food and
Yeah.
because we have this tradition of like women providing food as like love
Yeah.
in America, to then look at this and be like, okay, well, Taiwanese culture, not that women, of course, like don't cook and don't
Right.
show love through cooking in like Taiwan, but there is this different food tradition there.
Yeah. I also, just to, cultural understandings, different traditions, like there are cultures where simply having a family drama is something intended for women,
Mm-hmm.
where like a man would not be interested in a family drama,
right.
or like there are like these soaps and serialized like in England and
Yeah.
Asia.
Yeah.
So maybe even just they were always going to embrace women because they were doing a family drama,
Yeah.
and like that's what they were going to discuss
Mm-hmm.
when covering a Taiwanese family.
Yeah. But yeah, to your point, Jenna, I definitely saw him as like a chick flick dad.
Mm-hmm.
We've done many chick flick dads on this podcast. A couple that stand out to me are like Dirty Dancing and Say Anything, where it's, about caring about your daughter's future and what does that look like. And, not that like he definitely cares about his daughter's future, it's very like you are going to do these things, you're going to get out of the kitchen and go get a real job, in a way that like is pretty standard for chick flick dads.
Yeah.
But there's also this like Taiwanese tradition of like what a father's role in his daughter's life is, and like Madame Liang says that like you gotta marry your daughters off, essentially. Like that is being a successful parent in her eyes and like in traditional Taiwanese culture. And so to me, a lot of this movie is actually grappling with like the modernness of you can have successful adult children who move out, who don't necessarily get married, who like have these different paths in life. And it's like the getting married on like out of the blue, it's getting pregnant out of wedlock, it's like having a career and not having a man, just like these things are the tension that prevent these people from communicating, but like are not necessarily like not accepted once they are communicated.
Yeah. And now that you say that, I did feel like the movie was like so 90s when watching it. Like she's listening to, her cassette player, her portable cassette player, the giant speakers that she like sticks in the window, and all the computers and stuff. It did feel very like, this is the new computer era.
Yeah. Yeah.
My favorite part of the movie is the acceptance after these shocking revelations.
Yeah.
Like it's more pressure on the person hiding than it is on the family once it's out.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And I think that, what is more fucking relatable for anybody who's ever had to come out of the closet,
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I mean, this is something that may be more traditional or strong in Taiwanese culture, but like it is totally still relatable to like an American audience.
Oh,
like women were still in the 90s expected to like get married, start a family.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's almost treating Xian in this like son capacity of like, you cannot cook, you must be respectable.
Yeah.
You know, after the oldest daughter is being matronly to the kids. And I think it's funny because they cover all of these expectations, and Jiang's whole plot is that she does not want to get married. She does not want to fulfill these expectations. And then like, boom, he's got his youngest daughter married, pregnant at 20 in this really nice apartment, like by accident.
Yeah.
And it's like not a good thing when it happens. They're like, oh, okay. And they treat it as a shock, you know? So there's this cultural understanding of what's expected of them. And then this reality of the fact that they are a family in the way that any family is a family.
Yeah.
In a way that is universal. And like, yeah, you're worried about your kid with this guy you haven't met having a kid moving out to this strange apartment.
Yeah.
Of course you are.
Yeah.
Even if in traditional Taiwanese culture, that's a great thing.
Yeah.
You know, and I really love how this movie follows that line. And so when they do have the revelations of things you know are traditionally not appreciated, like getting married all at once or moving to Amsterdam while your dad's old, you know, you can see that they are handling it differently than what their station or traditional role is supposed to handle it as.
Yeah.
Like, it's brilliant and cross-cultural in experience, you know.
Totally. Yeah. Yeah. Just like this intergenerational relationship is, you know, something we've seen in a lot of movies that we've covered. The Joy Luck Club, Saving Face, both remind me of like, yeah, when you have different cultures affect your work, you're talking about different kinds of relationship, different kinds of traditions that you have to grapple with that are just so fascinating and add such a texture to the movies that we love to see. And then, you know, Ang Lee went on to do Sense and Sensibility. And like we talked about how the reviewers were like, oh, this is like subject matter that he's perfect for doing. And it's like, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A repressed family with many daughters. Like, it's a 1-to-1. You can see
really
why
is.
Emma Thompson was like, yeah, let's get that guy. I just saw his adaptation of Sense and Sensibility and it was great.
Yeah. But yeah, I was gonna say that Ang Lee was the first Asian director to win the best foreign language film. Not true. Not true, but you can do a lot. You can do a lot of meander. You can be like, well, if you except for this and this and this and this.
It's just a long tradition of Japanese movies being appreciated in the West, right?
Well,
any of them went Kurosawa, anything?
No.
Like that?
So the first one, there was a bunch of Russian. Well, do we count Russian and Turkish as Asian?
Yes.
Okay, then there's
depending on where the movie comes from.
Then there were a lot of Russian and Turkish films that won. And then there's a French Vietnamese film called Indochine that won. Yeah. But there was this one won. I mean, this one didn't win. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon won in 2000, and Ang Lee won. But yeah, not the first.
And just an incredible foreign language film win because predominantly released in the U.S.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what I forgot to mention that and what this movie meant to me. I took a Chinese cinema class in college.
Oh really?
Yeah, I did. Because I had I was originally a film and video studies minor. I did not complete it. I ended up with a history minor, which it also counted for. And we had to watch Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I wish we watched this.
Yeah, I think we watched Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon in college, didn't we? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Classic.
Great movie. Not my favorite of his, but simply unbelievably beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. But yeah, I think recently people have had quite a lot of interest, like particularly in Korean films, since Parasite won in 2019. I mean, I remember I was just so blown away by that film because it's just so creative, and there are just like conflicts that like as an American I couldn't even imagine. You know, I'm like, what are some things that could go wrong in a person's life? And it's just like, oh, like getting trapped in a secret room because your wife got fired from her job would never have occurred to me.
I have not seen the movie.
Well, let me tell you should. But you know, I think a lot of people loved Parasite because it was like so creative and so different from so many things that we've seen. And like we live in this movie culture where there are so many of just the exact same movie like over and over again.
Yes.
You know, we have the sequels, we have the prequels.
We have a whole channel. It's called Hallmark.
We have a Hallmark.
And they play the same movie over and over again.
Yeah, with different actors.
With different actors and different titles.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm very excited for like the places that foreign language films are going recently. I'm excited to see more, and I'm excited that like American audiences are so ready to read subtitles while watching films.
As Hollywood collapses and ceases to produce movies, the other countries where movies are not ceasing to be produced will be imported to us, and I can't wait.
Yeah, thank God.
Well, I mean, not that Americans are bad at making movies.
No, but we could be doing better.
You know, I want to put a camera and sound recording device in the hands of every kid in the world.
Yeah.
And see what the hell they can produce. Yeah.
Hell yeah. And then we mentioned the Sex and the City soundtrack theme 100% lifted from this movie.
It's like it's
crazy.
not 1-to-1, but it's so close.
Yeah.
It's like so weird.
Yeah. Great. Cool. That's everything I have.
All right.
Cool. Thank you everyone for listening. Thank you to Atlas Renee for art, Brianna Harley for music. Next week, what are we watching, Windsor?
I would like to watch Baby Boom starring Diane Keaton, written by Nancy Myers.
All right. That's what we're doing next week. Follow us on social media. We have TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, and Letterboxd at FemFeaturesPod.